Vanessa Bonet.
I'm Derek Dublin, and we're Dedo Vabo. Emotions are they're like lenses that we view the world through, and humor is our favorite lens. So there's like, dark humor. There's humor that makes you think. You can be happy and sad and still incorporate humor in both. The Hippos kind of started out in a kind of a punk rock way. We had access to a gallery downtown Los Angeles, and we just randomly decided to fill this thing, with performers dressed as hippos. It ended up that crowds formed in the street. The fire marshal had to come clear people away, and we knew we were kind of onto something weird.
So we actually started doing it for every art walk.
A narrative kind of started writing itself with the Hippos. They created a power station in 2013 for Coachella, and from that, they built their corporate empire, which developed in 2015 with the corporate headquarters out at Coachella. And there was always like a lot of subtext with the Hippos. The Hippos are kind of a distorted reflection of human society in a weird way. They try their best, but they're still kind of messing up a lot of things, and they're a little clumsy in their evolution. Next one that we're building is the largest thing that we've ever made in our careers.
So the Hippos this year, they are building a rocket. They have moved on from the corporate headquarters, from the corporate world, and have decided to expand their empire and try to conquer the universe.
The idea is basically like the Hippos had all the right parts to build a rocket. They just didn't put them together right. Like they tried, and for hippopotamuses, they did a really good job. Like, I don't think most animals, you give them a bunch of rocket parts, they're going to actually assemble a rocket. But they did it, and it's just a little wonky.
This is just a very small portion of what we're actually building.
These are performance stages that are going to house performers 12 hours a day throughout the entire festival. And these will plug into a larger installation.
So this here is the base, and as you can see, we have our tower. Normally the rocket would be right here. And then we have our performance spaces that go all the way around.
So what we're looking at over here are the schematics. These are just brainstorms. This is exactly what it's going to look like. This is one room. One of the things that's unique about our performance areas is that they're not actually like theatrical sets. A lot of the things that are in these rooms, telephones and stuff, they all work.
But we will have at least 1 or 2 functioning phones that you can pick up and call another performance space.
The engineering that goes in behind just this 10 by 10 foot room is crazy, and yet this thing is 8 stories. Larger pieces are being constructed in Indio at the build site there. They're so large that, we couldn't build them in LA and transport them, or otherwise we'd have to take down power lines and stuff. So they had to be built on site right next to the polo fields so they could be installed right there. There's 120 performers, and it's going 12 hours a day. So in a theater production or whatnot, where it's you do your show and it's over, this just doesn't stop. So for this year, we're actually redesigned the Hippo Head. The mask requires not only it to be stylistically interesting and photorealistic, but that it has to survive intense abuse. People are getting hit in the head, and they're dropping down on the ground, they're rolling around, they're just they're wrestling with each other. It's just constant abuse on this latex.
So we have the original mask, which is this one. It's a little bit more cartoony.
This is the materialization of our dream of what we always visioned the hippos to be.
You look at this and you just see a hippo. You don't see a person in a costume.
I mean, we're pushing the limits with this one quite a bit. And with every step up in scale comes a lot more pressure and stress and a lot more fear, because you're building something that's never been built before. We've managed to grow stronger through the years, through all these pieces. So we make each other laugh, and we have a really good time with each other, and that carries over into the art too.